name's Justin Semino, chef of Box Room, the newest addition to Absinthe Group. We're located in San Francisco on the corner of Goff and Grove. Today we're going to make a nice marinated beet salad with a little Creole remoulade sauce. First we're going to start off by roasting our beets. Thankfully, being in California, we have these lovely variety of beets. Today we're going to use a little golden beets, some chayoga beets, they're nice pink color, and also some red beets. If you can't find these at your store, it's okay to just use regular red beets. First we're going to toss these with a little bit of oil and some salt as well. Give those a nice toss. Go ahead and put these in a baking pan. I like to put a little bit of water at the bottom, helps steam them, really helps with the peeling process, which we'll show you here in a bit. After you got all the ingredients in there, just go ahead and cover it up with foil. We're going to roast in a preheated 400-degree oven for about 30 to 45 minutes. You can go ahead and feel free to check them a little before that. Sometimes, depending on the freshness of the beet, they'll cook faster or slower. So we want to check these, but you can just get a nice little knife, and if you insert them, you can just go right in like that. That's a good sign that they're done. We're just going to go ahead and let these set. Let them cool, but we don't want to get them all the way cold. They're really easy to peel if you let them stay room temperature, and they also help soak up the marinade that I'll show you how to make here in a bit. To peel a beet, again, it's really easy. If you let them cool, you're going to have a little more difficulty, but it's really easy. Just go ahead and pick that off, and then you just, with nice gentle pressure, that skin will come right off, just like this. Just going to go ahead and chop that top stem area off. Okay, once we've peeled them, we'll go ahead and discard with our scraps. Depending on the size of the beet, we'll go ahead and either cut them in half or quarters. These are pretty small, so we'll go ahead and just cut these right in half. Just like that. And once we've worked our way through all of them, we're going to go ahead and make a simple marinade and get those marinated and set to the side. For the marination, it's really simple. I just use some very thinly sliced sweet onions. I prefer Vidalia onions. If you can't find those, use a shallot or something like that. A yellow onion would be a little too abrasive. I think you can get a white onion will be sweet enough. Just go ahead and add a little bit of onions to each of the beets. Go ahead and season with salt and pepper. The marinade is really simple. I just use a 2-to-1 ratio of apple cider vinegar and olive oil. Just go ahead and give that a nice little mix. Pour some of that right over the beets. So the marination on these would be good to give it at least 15 minutes, but the longer the better. Again, the temperature of the beets help the marination process. If you can go ahead right into peeling, cutting, still at that room temperature and into marination, they'll marinate a little quicker, so you can get away with just that 15-minute. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and plate this up. On the bottom of the plate is gonna be this nice Creole remoulade sauce. I didn't want to bore you to death by throwing a bunch of ingredients in a bowl, so we're gonna make this recipe available for you online. Essentially, we're just gonna put a little of this right on the bottom of the plate. Go ahead and get this nice and smeared around. Go ahead and give it a nice little stir before you plate. Try not to put any of that marinade on the plate since we already have a nice sauce. Just gonna go ahead and scatter these around. Try to get some of those onions on there as well. Again, make sure you give them a nice stir right before plating. As you can see, the difference between the onions, you see these are nice and white, these got all pink, so just be careful with these red beets. They'll dye everything you got around you real strong. From making this sauce, you'll notice that you have to use some celery hearts, which is the nice yellow inside. On the top of them, you'll get these beautiful yellow celery leaves. I like to go ahead and garnish this just with those leaves. So just save the leaves when you're making the sauce and just kind of sprinkle some of these about. Kind of gives you a nice fresh crispness to the dish. Okay, and here's your marinated beets with Creole remoulade sauce.